Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Mr. English Pod. I'm James.
And I'm Emma. We are so happy to have you here with us in the studio today. The sun is setting outside, we've got our coffee, and we are ready to help you level up your English.
That's right. You know, Emma, one of the most common questions I get from students isn't about grammar rules or textbooks. It's actually, James, what can I watch on Netflix to get better?
Oh, I get that one all the time. Everyone wants to know how to learn without it feeling like studying. They want to sit on the couch, eat some popcorn, and somehow wake up fluent.
Exactly. And the good news is, it actually works. Well, maybe not the waking up fluent part, but watching TV shows is one of the best ways to learn conversational English.
100%. But before we reveal our top pick, which honestly is a classic, we have a small favor to ask.
Yes, if you are enjoying the podcast and you want to help us keep the lights on here at Mr. English Pod, please take a second to hit that subscribe button.
It sounds like a small thing, but it actually makes a huge difference. It helps the algorithm find other English learners just like you, and it motivates James and me to keep bringing you better and better material every week.
So, hit that button, ring the bell, join the family. We'd really appreciate it.
All right, James, let's get into it. What is the #1 show for learning English?
There is only one answer here, Emma. It has to be Friends.
Friends, of course, it's legendary.
It really is. It aired from 1994 to 2004, but people are still watching it today. And for English learners, it is arguably the best resource out there. Why do you think that is, Emma?
Well, first of all, the plot is simple. You don't have to worry about dragons, or complex sci-fi terms, or lawyers speaking really fast legal jargon. It's just 6 people living in New York, drinking coffee.
Right. It's slice of life. The vocabulary is everyday English. They talk about dating, jobs, rent, food, and friendships. It's the vocabulary you actually need in real life.
Exactly. And the audio is very clear. Because it was a sitcom filmed in front of a live audience, the actors speak clearly. They project their voices. It's not like those gritty modern dramas where everyone mumbles.
That is such a good point. The mumble factor in modern movies is real. In Friends, Ross, Rachel, Monica, Chandler, Joey, and Phoebe, they articulate.
They do. And because we see them in the same locations, the coffee shop, Central Perk, and their apartments, the context is always familiar. You feel safe there.
Context is key. If you understand the context, you can guess the new words. Plus, each character has a distinct way of speaking. Chandler is sarcastic, Ross uses more intellectual or scientific words, and Joey uses very simple English.
Joey is great for beginners. How you doing?
Classic.
So let's talk about some specific moments. Because if you're listening to this podcast, we want you to go watch these specific scenes to practice.
Okay, I have one. We have to talk about the pivot.
Oh no, I can see it in my head already.
This is from the episode where Ross buys a new couch, but he refuses to pay for delivery. So he tries to carry this huge sofa up a narrow flight of stairs with Rachel and Chandler.
And it obviously doesn't fit.
It doesn't fit at all. But Ross is convinced that if they just turn it, or pivot it, it will work. So he starts screaming at them.
He's yelling, "Pivot, pivot, pivot."
Yes! And Chandler finally screams, "Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!"
Why is this good for learners, James? Aside from being hilarious?
Well, first, it teaches you the word pivot. To pivot means to turn or rotate around a central point. It's actually a business term now, like pivoting a strategy, but here it's physical.
And it shows pronunciation under stress. Ross is enunciating that word so clearly. Pivot. It's memorable. You will never forget that word after seeing that scene.
Exactly. Okay, Emma, what's your favorite moment for learning?
Mine has to be the Moo Point. This is great for learning idioms and learning how not to use them. So, usually the phrase is a moot point. M-O-O-T. A moot point means a topic that is open to debate, or effectively, a point that doesn't matter anymore because the situation has changed.
Ah, classic Joey. Right, like deciding where to eat dinner is a moot point because the restaurant is already closed.
Exactly. But Joey doesn't say moot. He thinks it's a moo point, like a cow.
Explain his logic, please.
He says, it's like a cow's opinion. It just doesn't matter. It's moo.
It makes so much sense, yet it is so wrong.
It's brilliant. But for learners, this is a great lesson in connected speech. Moot point sounds a lot like moo point when spoken fast. It teaches you to be careful with idioms.
Okay, that's a great example of a misunderstanding. But what about a phrase that is repeated so many times it becomes a character's catchphrase? We have to talk about "we were on a break."
Oh, the most famous or infamous line in the entire show. For anyone who doesn't know, this is Ross's defense after he sleeps with someone else, thinking he and Rachel had broken up.
Exactly. The phrase itself is simple. To be on a break means to take a temporary pause in a romantic relationship. But the genius here, for learners, is in the delivery. The intonation is everything.
Right. It's not a calm statement. It's defensive, it's frustrated, it's almost a little desperate. David Schwimmer, the actor who plays Ross, delivers it with such a specific, high-pitched, whiny tone. We were on a break.
And that delivery is what makes it so memorable. Learners can practice copying that intonation. It's a fantastic exercise for understanding how emotion changes the meaning and impact of a sentence. A simple phrase can become an iconic moment just through tone of voice.
It also teaches you about cultural context. The break is a huge point of debate among fans even today. Was Ross cheating, or was he right? It's a great conversation starter and helps you understand nuances in relationship vocabulary.
Totally. You learn words like break up, get back together, cheating, infidelity, all from this one storyline. So, when you watch, pay attention not just to the words, but how Ross says them. That's where the real learning is.
These deep dives are great, but just watching isn't enough, right, James? You have to be an active learner.
Absolutely. That's the perfect transition into our next section, active learning strategies. How can our listeners turn their Netflix time into serious study time?
My number one tip is a technique called shadowing. It sounds a bit strange, but it's incredibly effective. It means you repeat the lines right after the actor says them. You try to copy their pronunciation, their intonation, their rhythm, everything.
Yes, don't just repeat it like a robot. Try to become the character. If Chandler is being sarcastic, you be sarcastic. If Phoebe is being quirky, you be quirky. This builds muscle memory for your mouth and helps you sound much more natural.
Another great tip is to keep a vocabulary journal. When you hear a new word or phrase, like moot point or on a break, pause the show. Write down the phrase, who said it, and the context. Then, try to write your own sentence using it.
That's so important. It's the difference between passive recognition and active use. And let's talk about subtitles. So many students use them as a crutch.
Right. Here's the strategy. First, watch a scene with English subtitles. This helps you connect the written word with the spoken sound. Understand everything that's happening.
Then, watch the same scene again, but this time with no subtitles at all. See how much you can understand just by listening. Because you already know the context, your brain can focus entirely on the sounds.
Exactly. And for a bonus round, try shadowing the lines with no subtitles. It forces you to rely only on your ears. It's challenging, but it will improve your listening skills faster than anything else.
So to recap, shadow the actors, keep a vocabulary journal, and use subtitles strategically. English first, then none. Do that, and you're not just watching TV, you're actively training your brain.
Yes, we are halfway through the episode. If you are finding value in this, or if you just laughed at James's impression of Ross screaming "pivot," please consider subscribing to the channel.
We are trying to grow this community to reach as many English learners as possible. Your subscription helps the algorithm show this video to someone in Brazil or Japan or Italy who really needs help with their listening skills. We're going to get back to more Friends moments in just a second, specifically the one where they play the trivia game. But we want to take a quick pause.
It really helps us out. So hit subscribe, leave a like, and maybe comment below. Who is your favorite Friends character? I'm definitely a Phoebe fan.
I think I'm a Chandler guy. All right, let's get back to the show. So, we talked about Pivot and the Moo Point, but we have to mention the episode where they lose the apartment, the one with the embryos.
Oh, this is high-pressure English.
Basically, Ross creates a trivia game quiz to see how well the friends know each other. The girls, Monica and Rachel, play against the boys, Joey and Chandler. The stakes get higher and higher until they bet their actual apartment.
The dialogue in this scene is fast. It is rapid-fire questions and answers.
It is. It's a great test for advanced learners. If you can understand the questions Ross is asking without subtitles, your listening level is very high.
It also teaches cultural references. They talk about Michael Flatley, Lord of the Dance, sandwich types, magazines. It's a crash course in 90s American culture.
And the emotion. You hear them panic, you hear them celebrate. Listening to English isn't just about robot voices. It's about hearing emotion in the voice.
Absolutely. Okay, James, we have about a minute left. Friends is the king, but what if our listeners have already seen it? What else do you recommend?
Good question. If you like Friends, you should try How I Met Your Mother. It's very similar, a group of friends in New York, but a bit more modern.
Good choice. I would recommend The Office, US version. It's a mockumentary style. It's great for awkward humor and office vocabulary. But be careful, sometimes they mumble a little bit. Harry Potter.
And for movies? Oh, interesting. Why?
Because almost everyone knows the story already in their own language. When you know the plot, you can focus entirely on the language. Plus, it's great for British English practice.
That is a fantastic tip. Knowing the story before you watch in English is a huge cheat code.
Remember, don't be afraid to turn the subtitles on, but try to use English subtitles, not your native language. That way, you are reading and listening at the same time. Terrible. Just terrible.
I tried. All right, everyone, one last reminder. If this episode helped you, please subscribe to the channel. It's the best way to support us and ensure you don't miss our next episode on business English mistakes.
You won't want to miss that one. Thank you so much for listening or watching. Keep practicing, keep listening, and we will see you in the next one.
Bye, everyone.
See ya!